Hello, hello. Welcome to Healthy Perspectives, a podcast that takes on current cultural and social issues through a clinical lens. Hello, hello. All right, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us. As always, we appreciate your time. And today we've got questions for Jeremiah. This is episode number 13. We've been keeping this one going for a little while. Look, we're going to go through some different things as we're learning, developing, growing, trying to make this better for everybody out there. So please keep sending us your questions, but also feel free to interact with us. We enjoy getting the emails. We enjoy the likes and subscribes, the stuff about social media. We are trying to make a little bit more of an appearance on TikTok. So, we'll see what that, here's the hard part. I'm not the greatest at social media. So, but I try to keep up with some of it as I can. I like the ones that make it easy for me because I don't want to spend a lot of time doing it. I got other things to do. I got better things to do. No offense to anybody out there who's in that consumer mentality. I do like giving you things to consume, but I'm more interested in helping you with this the deeper stuff, some of the stuff that we do in here. That being said, somebody did comment to me, you've been kind of dark lately. What's going on? And I thought, you know what? This is kind of a cool one because it gives me a ton of freedom to take this where I need to. So let's start with this first. Yeah, a little bit, not going to lie. There's a lot of stuff going on in our culture that's really hard. And for me, I try to stay on top of things, try to grow and develop and understand what's going on, why it's going on. It is a lot. With the stuff that's going on politically, it's a lot. With the stuff that's going on socially, it's a lot. With the stuff that's going on in my own profession, which watching all these therapists just be too big of cowards to address these things head on. And you deal with the ethical quandaries, right? The beneficence is to do good, and non-maleficence is to do harm. And we have to find a balance where we're giving you the information while trying really hard not to do any harm. But we also have to step in and try to do good, because if we're just doing no harm, it's not good enough. It's just not good enough. And so, we see all this stuff playing out, and, in our educational system and with the LGBTQ movement. And there's just so much coming at us right now that, it can be easy to get caught up in, how dark things are. And I did get to a point where I talked about evil and good. And one of my closest friends in the whole world, Matt, he sent me a little note commenting similarly. And those are good wake ups for me, because at the end of the day, we're going into this season where we need more positivity. The days are going to get shorter in most of the world, it's most of the world that I know, at least the United States, Canada, the days are going to get shorter, in the South, it's going to get brighter and brighter. So they're coming out of this season. But it's important to keep that in mind as we go, because the last thing I want to do is pile things on. So I am going to shift some gears, partly because of the feedback that I've been getting. It doesn't mean that I don't agree. Truthfully, I do think there's good and evil in the world. As a counselor, as somebody looking at healthy perspectives, I tend to look toward healthy versus unhealthy. And the reason for that is because it allows me to fit your moral structures into the equation. Whereas if I go good and evil, then that's assuming my moral structures are right for you. And that's not what I should be doing. So I tend to stay away from that. And the truth for me is there is good and evil. And so, do I talk about good and evil? Of course. Do I try to frame it in the healthy versus unhealthy? That's my goal. Why did I get away from it? Because there's a lot going on, and I'm susceptible just like any other person on this planet. I like to tell clients I was a person before I was a counselor. And some of the stuff, whether it's true or not, I focused on the dark stuff. And let me tell you, I talked about demons. Okay. Demons, for crying out loud. Is that dark or what? I addressed, some other criticisms when I did questions. And I tend to focus, like I had one that was bad negates the good. Right. That sounds so dark. And I went back and I looked and I talked about conspiracies. Whoa. Hello, dark. And then the one positive, really positively oriented thing that I did, and frankly, it didn't get a lot of movement, but the one positively oriented thing that I did in the month of September was the family, the 5-part family thing. That was very positively oriented. The rest of it was relatively dark. It was looking at some of this stuff in the world that is really, really, really hard. So what I'm going to do, because the question is, what's going on? What's going on is I got caught up in, some of the same stuff that y'all get caught up in. Only I got to do better. Like I tell you, we got to do better. You got to do better. I got to do better. And so I'm going to attempt to be more balanced in this month. That might be hard. There's all kinds of political stuff going on. I don't get to change all of that stuff. There's all kinds of social movement stuff going on. We are approaching 2024. And, we do happen to have one of the darker, for a lot of people, it's more playfully dark, but the darker holidays that we tend to celebrate here in the US with Halloween. And so, will I be able to keep it completely bright and light? I don't know, but I'm going to sure give it a go. At least I'm going to at least try to go for that 75, that 3 out of 4 kind of range. Maybe one dark one every week and a half, something like that. And not dark as in like talking about demons again, although that episode was pretty fantastic. If you missed it, go watch it. But what I want to do is highlight that there's always good going on also. Matter of fact, I would even say there's more good than bad. It's just easy to get lost in the bad, in the unhealthy, in the dark stuff, because it's in some ways, it's kind of more exciting. At the end of the day, you can create these really weird conversations that are hard and different and unique and all that kind of stuff. And so, I just did what, we're all susceptible to be real. And I'm going to get back at it. So you'll notice that on Monday, so this one is releasing on the 4th. On the 2nd, starting at the beginning of October, I released How to Make Time, which is really positively oriented. If you haven't watched or listened to that, go listen to it. It's fantastic. You could watch or listen. It doesn't matter on that one. But it's really cool because it gives you a cheat. And I was like, oh, you know what? Let's just start the month off with a bang and give people a super cool cheat. And I think I'm going to try to shift gears that way, because here's the thing. I'm actually in a good place in my life at the moment. There's things that are hard, just like there are for you. I got a family, I got kids, I got bills to pay. I spend time doing this that I could probably be making some money elsewhere. But at the end of the day, I've been pretty fortunate. I've been pretty blessed much of my life. It wasn't always like that, as many of you know. But I don't want you to sit there and wonder what's going on with you. I'm good. I really am. I just got sucked into, there's a lot of crap going on in the world, and a lot of it's not very good. And, and so I spent a lot of time dealing with that kind of stuff. So that's what's going on. And I don't know if you like this, let me know. But I don't tend to come in here and talk like this. So hopefully this is, something that you enjoyed listening to. And starting on Friday, we're going to get after some more positive stuff. I'm looking for some good positive stuff as we speak, and I'm going to put something together for you. Thanks for joining us, and have a good one. Hey, everybody. Thanks for listening. We appreciate our audience a lot, so we give you some simple ways to track us down. Please like, subscribe, and follow all the podcasts on different platforms, but you can also email us at healthyperspectives@protonmail.com, or you can check out our website at healthy-perspectives.com/podcast. It's a backward slash. So if you want to go to our landing page, if you go to healthy-perspectives.com, you'll still find us. You just got to click on the podcast button. Thank you so much.